Welcome to this practice. Go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seated position. For this practice, we are going to do the Ujjayi technique or the ocean breath technique. It's quite simple. You've probably done it before, but if you haven't, there's a slight constriction that happens in the throat. So you'll be breathing out through the nose the entire time, and that slight constriction can be likened to breathing onto a glass, onto a mirror, so you could write something with your finger. So if you've never done it before, maybe practicing that, imagine that onto a mirror, feel that constriction, and try doing that, keeping that, and breathing in and out through your nose. It'll sound somewhat like the ocean rising and falling onto a sandy shoreline. So slowly begin to do this breath, and if it just doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. Listen to your body always, always, always. But seeing if you can find that oceanic breath and really pay attention to it. Allow it to draw you inside into your aquatic landscape. Notice its currents, the pathways chosen by this breath, the way it tumbles and moves like water. See how far down it reaches. Does it move all the way into the depths of the low belly, the pelvic bowl? Or is it rather shallow? Does it stay lingering around the heart space? Don't judge anything as good or bad, or feeling as though something is supposed to be a certain way. Just notice. Find a slight tuck of the tailbone. Allow your shoulders to give way to gravity. And allow the crown of your head to reach up and feel as your spine, as your vertebrae lengthen, as everything becomes a little more spacious here. Notice if that changed anything about that ocean breath and the way it moves through you. Really feel what it's like to be in your body right here, right now. Your body is a body of water. About 70% by volume and about 99.92 or so percent molecularly. Dr. Mazuru Emoto once said, "Understanding that we are essentially water is the key to unraveling the mysteries of the universe." Feel your body. Notice if there's any part of you that wakes up, that heard that quote or felt it in a deep way, or if there's any subtle sensations that became enlivened from that. What does that mean for you? Sit with this. Slowly bring your hands a little bit in front of you and kind of create a triangle-like shape, not touching the thumbs or the forefingers, but creating that wider triangle. And go ahead and bring the hands down. The palms are facing earthwards. And as if you were seated from the belly button down in a clear, warm bath of water. And your hands are resting upon its surface. Still feel that lengthening of the crown of the head. And close the eyes and feel into the palms, into that lower body. You can slowly move the hands from side to side, and they don't have to maintain that triangle shape. Or they can if you'd like, but slowly, as if you were gliding your hands across the surface. And letting the eyes close once you feel comfortable doing so, if you feel comfortable doing so. And just feel into the subtle sensations that bubble up within your palms. Maintaining that ocean breath, inhaling in and out through the nose. Slowly bringing the hands back to center. And you're going to act as if you were dipping your hands in the water, scooping it up, and washing your face with it. So I'll talk you through this. The hands are on the surface, slowly turning the pinky side edges of the hands into the water and scooping down. Palms are now facing skyward and up. And if you feel comfortable, allowing your fingers to physically touch your face, being present for your own touch, washing your face off and bringing the hands down. Good. And slowly swishing the hands side to side over this water. Back to center. Pinky side edges down beneath the surface, lifting up that water, splashing your face with it, present for your own touch, kind of wiping off your mask, the story of who you are, of who you've told yourself that you are, and remembering the deepest parts of your nature. Those hands come back down. They can move or stay still. Scooping it up and washing off, and continue with these motions at your own pace, at your own timing, or if there's anywhere you'd like to linger, do so. Washing the mind clean of any unnecessary thoughts or anything that's trying to pull you away from this moment, this practice here and now. Washing yourself of all that we've been told we are as humans, and remember that we are, in a way, aquatic beings, though we have evolved for this terrestrial existence. Our ancestors, our ancient, remote ancestors, had circulatory systems that were simply seawater. At the dawn of the Cambrian period, when vertebrates first appeared, and the stories left on stones that we've been able to analyze as modern day humans, in that time, the mineral compositions of our body are the exact same as that ancient sea. Continuing with these motions, continuing with that ocean breath, and feeling that within you, that your body made mostly of water, the minerals you require help to compose this being, this you that holds this internal sea, that stewards it for this lifetime, that holds this memory of 500 million years ago, the place from whence our ancestors first made their way to the shores. Just a few more times, moving as slowly or as quickly as you'd like. And just sitting with this, with those thoughts. That the water within you once carved the great canyons of the planets, once gave life to a cougar, once rolled in a vicious thunderstorm, once hummed within the murmuring colony of a bee. Slowly bringing those hands back to stillness, as if resting on top of water. Feeling, listening. Sitting in stillness for a moment, knowing that even when you're still, you are never fully still. The waters within you flow, as does the breath. Bring the hands to the heart. Feel that internal organ vortexing, swirling, spiraling your blood, moving it throughout your body. Feel a sense of gratitude within you. See if that can bubble forth for the amazing history of this planet, that we get to be here, a part of it, to witness, to experience, to be here. If you have water with you, I hope you do, go ahead and take a sip now, and as you do so, allow the water to linger in the mouth and move down slowly. With the mind following the journey of this water for as long as you can. Knowing that in 5 minutes, that water will become your bloodstream, will become a part of you. When you're ready, go ahead and slowly make your way to a child's pose. Fingers spread wide, and allowing the forehead to reach down to touch the earth or not. And just taking a moment to feel your internal waters, noticing your saliva, the moisture content in your eyes. See if there's any part of you that can feel that subtle flow up and down the spine, that cerebral spinal fluid. Holding the brain. Feel the flow up and down the limbs. Finding your breath, listening, hearing that sound like the waters licking the shore, created by your own body, your own breath. See if that stirs any ancient memory within your molecules. Press into the hands with your inhale. Lift the elbows and round the upper back. So it's kind of like a cat-cow, but subtler. Still in a child's pose. Pressing the floor away, a slight tuck to the chin. And with your exhale, the lower belly comes down first. And you'll feel that your heart starts to curl forward. And as it does, allow the eyes to gaze forward towards the thumbs, past them. And the heart comes down towards the ground, then the third eye. Inhale, press into the ground with the hands, lift the elbows. Solar plexus pulls in and up, rounding through the upper back, tucking the chin. Exhale, slowly the low belly comes down first. And as it does, your spine unfurls, heart reaches forwards, as does the gaze. And slowly the heart comes down, the forehead meets the earth. Continuing with this for 3 more breaths, letting them be very slow and intentional. In order for ourselves to be fully hydrated, the second part of hydration, other than drinking it, of course, drinking the water, is movement, which allows the water to get into every tissue, to be distributed more easily throughout your cells. This time, with your next inhale, we're going to do a bigger version of this. So with your inhale, press into the ground with the shins and the hands. Lift the elbows, lift the hips, round, lower, middle, upper back. Tuck the chin, press the floor away actively. And slowly, sit bones tilt up towards the sky, engage the lower back. Engage the middle back as that solar plexus drips down towards the ground. Shoulder blades squeeze together and down as the heart unfurls forwards between the upper arms, and the gaze reaches up towards the cosmos, towards the space where the asteroids fell, where the waters within you once rode upon celestial bodies exhale, slowly the sit bones drag you back towards the heels. Child's pose. Inhale, riding your breath like a wave, rounding and rising. Exhale, sit bones tilt up, engage lower, middle, upper back, heart reaches forwards. Hands drag back towards the knees, even though they're rooted in place. Gaze is up. And exhale, sit bones reach back to the heels. Good. Inhale, riding on your breath. Slowly feeling every part of this movement. And allow the waters of your body to be moved in the ways that they would like to be moved. So maybe you want to continue with those motions in the exact same way. Maybe you want to start to round, to take big circles. Maybe you want to do a different version of this. Maybe you want to lift the heels. Maybe you want to tuck the toes. Maybe you want to stay in a place of stillness, of stagnancy. Maybe you need rest. Or maybe you're looking for movement. If you've been stagnant all day, just like the other bodies of water, we need movement in order to be healthy. Water needs movement to disperse oxygen and nutrients, to stay lively, as do we. Continue moving intuitively for a few more long, deep, intentional breaths. Slowly finding stillness. Gonna tuck the toes, engage the thighs, lift the knees, sit bones reach up and drag you back. Go ahead and pedal out the legs. Feel the hands press into the ground, your shoulders and triceps wrap away from the ears, wrapping outward so you feel a little more space behind the heart. And feel as those sit bones are actively reaching up towards the cosmos. Maybe eventually finding stillness. Maybe you want to maintain that movement. But eventually finding a big inhale, pausing that ocean breath if you're still doing it. And exhale, sigh it out. Slowly the weight shifts to the left foot. Inhale. The right leg reaches up and back behind you. Exhale, bend the knee and bring it towards the nose, rounding the spine, pushing the floor away. And go ahead and step that foot down between the hands, or wiggle or grab that leg, whatever you need to do to bring it down. Slowly, that left knee meets the earth. You want to feel as though the front foot and the back knee are magnetizing towards one another. With your inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. And with your exhale, belly button pulls in and up, engaging the abdomen here, and slowly twisting over to the right. Go ahead and bring your right fingers to point back, left fingers pointing forwards. Staying here, or the right hand can meet the back of that left leg, and left fingers reach up, piercing towards the sky. Notice how your breath is different here. See if you can feel how the current shifts and moves. The way that your body is mimicking on a larger scale the fluid dynamics of wild waters, of springs rising up from the belly of the earth, of the vortexing, spiraling movements that occurs within tumbling rivers. Inhale, both arms reach up towards the sky, and exhale slowly. The hands come down onto the ground on the inside of that right foot, and go ahead and heel toe the right foot out to the right. Fingers spread wide, press into the ground, and feel free to just stay here. If at any point there's a place that you just really want to stay and make it more gentle, or if you want to make it more challenging, do so. This is your practice, your body of water. So if you're with me, tuck the back toes, engage the left thigh, lift the knee. And really press into the ground and lift the hips as high as you can. So coming up high onto the ball of the back foot and kind of rounding the upper back just a little bit. Inhale. And with your exhale, slowly lower the hips as low as you're comfortable, bending those elbows straight back. Inhale, press into the earth to rise. Unfurl the spine, and exhale to come down. Moving through this as if you were something resting on the surface of the edge of the shore, and the tide comes in. You rise up onto the waters, and then you are left behind, but not for all of time. Eventually, everything returns back to the sea, right? 3 more rounds. Remember, not letting the movement determine your breath, but rather riding your breath, like you're riding on the current, carried by a tide. Slowly, that back knee comes down if it's not down already. That right foot, go ahead and heel toe the foot out to the right and slowly bring it back. Sit bones drag you back to a child's pose. Inhale, round to rise. Exhale, tuck the toes, sit bones reach up and back. Downward facing dog. Again, maybe pedaling out the legs, maybe staying in stillness. Weight shifts to the right foot. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back behind you. Exhale, bend the left knee round the spine, push the floor away, step that foot forwards. Do whatever wiggle, grabbing dances you need to do to bring it there. Back knee comes to the ground. You want to feel front foot and back knee pulling in towards one another, and you'll feel as you do that, the hips lift a little bit and become more squared. Inhale, the arms rise up. Exhale, belly button pulls in and up. Engage the abdominals, reach those fingertips up to the sky. And exhale slowly, left fingers reach back, right fingers reach forwards. Staying here, Or the left hand can come to the back of the right leg, and right fingertips come up to pierce the sky. And as those right fingertips are reaching up towards the cosmos, the arm bone suctions that arm down into the torso. Breathing here, feeling, listening. Slowly cartwheeling the hands until the palms find the ground. And then go ahead and heel toe the left foot out a couple steps. Still feeling that action of the front foot and back knee pulling in towards one another. Staying here if you'd like, or tuck the back toes under, engage the right thigh, lift the knee. Those hands are rooted, but you want to feel as though they're energetically pulling back. Lifting up high onto the ball of the back foot, push into the earth, lifting the hips up. And exhale, slowly dropping those hips as low as you're comfortable, bending the elbows back. Inhale. Round, rise, unfurl the spine. And exhale to lower. Continuing with this in silence with your own thoughts, your own breath, your own sensational experience. Three more. And that back knee slowly finds the ground again. Heel toe that left foot out as far as it needs to go before bringing that knee back. Slowly sit back onto the heels. Allow the backs of the hands to come onto the thighs, palms face skyward. And simply feel. Noticing if there's any new sensations here, if there's any bubbling sensations in the palms, if your internal seas have become more apparent. If the energy running up and down the limbs are more perceptible to you now. Slowly, the hands come forwards. You can keep the toes tucked. Inhale, round to rise. Exhale, sit bones reach up towards the sky, and as they come back above the knees, engage the thighs, lift the knees, hips reach up and back, coming to that downward facing dog, shoulders wrapping away from the ears. Micro bend the knees, sit bones actively reaching up towards the unfurling void above. Inhale through the nose, through the mouth, sigh it out. Returning to that ocean breath. Weight shifts to the left foot. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back behind you. Exhale, bend the knee, round the spine, bring that knee towards your nose, push the floor away, step that foot forward. And here, keep that back knee lifted if you can and you're comfortable doing so. With your inhale, rise the arms up. Good. So you want to feel the hips are nice and squared towards the front of the mat. You're going to create that triangle-like position with the hands not touching thumbs or forefingers. I mean, you can if you prefer it, but I prefer not to. We're going to move the body like a wave, or more the arms like a wave. But with your inhale, slowly straightening that front leg and curling, I'm just turning around to show you, curling those fingers in. And exhale, bending the front knee, reaching the arms up, and you can kind of take as much of a back bend as you want or not at all. But if you want to, feel your shoulder blades squeeze together and down. Inhale to draw that wave in, straightening that front leg. Exhale, bend the knee, making that great ocean movement. Continuing with this, and feel free to make it your own, to change it up in any way that's calling to you. Dr. Alfred Pitchner said, highly specialized cells could only arise and survive in the primordial seas that fed and protected them. Nothing about this has changed to this day, except that now we carry those primordial seas around with us. Then, as now, the composition of this primordial sea has to be held constant. 3 more. Just feeling what this means for you. And next time your knee is bent, arms reach up, belly button pulls in and up, right fingers reach back, left fingers reach forward. If you need to drop that back knee, go ahead and do so. Staying here, or the right hand finds the back of the left leg, left fingers pierce up towards the sky. Slowly cartwheeling the hands, bringing them to the inside of that right foot, heel toeing the right foot out a couple steps. Slowly the back knee finds the earth if it's not there already. Heel toe that right foot out. Bring that back knee besides the left. Sit back onto the heels, backs of the hands, meet the legs. Palms face skyward. Listen. Listen to your body, which speaks to you through sensation. Slowly, hands meet the earth and reach forwards. Inhale, round to rise. Tuck the toes. Sit bones reach up and back, engage the thighs, lift the knees. Downward facing dog. Taking that sigh if that would feel good to you here. Weight shifts to the right foot. Inhale, left heel reaches up and back. And exhale, bend the knee. Bring it towards the nose, round the spine, push the floor away, step it forward, or grab it, wiggle it. Do a little dance to get it to where it needs to go. And keeping that back leg lifted. Oops. that right thigh is engaged. Inhale. Reach the arms up, creating that triangle-like position. And moving in that wave-like motion. Inhale, straightening the leg, curling those fingers in towards the body. And exhale, bending the knee, reaching the arms up, maybe taking a slight back bend with those shoulder blades squeezing together and down. Moving through this at your own pace. Moving like that original body of water that you arose from. The body of water which brought forth all of life and is connected to all other bodies of water which maintain all of life. Two more. Arms reach up. If you need to drop that back knee, go ahead and do so. Belly button pulls in and up. And slowly twist over to the left. Left fingers reach back, right fingers reach forwards. Staying here, or the left hand finds the back of the right leg. Right fingers reach up. And as they reach up, the arm bone suctions into the torso. Feeling the body here. Contracting the body a little bit, twisting it, massaging those internal organs so those fluids can penetrate more deeply, become more hydrated. Slowly cartwheel the hands down to the inside of that left foot, heel toe that foot out. Back knee comes to the earth, and slowly bring the left knee besides the right. Sit back onto the heels. Backs of the hands meet the thighs, and feel. When you're ready, find your way to a lying down position, opening the legs and the arms wide, stretching out in all directions, and just letting yourself drop to give way to the earth's pull. Water researcher Isabel Friend once said, "Whatever we do to our waters, we do to ourselves. We are watersheds within watersheds." Feel this. staying where you are for as long as you'd like. Bringing one hand to your heart and one to the low belly. May we, as bodies of water, be like water in the way that we too steward life, promoters of life, givers of life. May we, as bodies of water, protect the waters that will eventually nourish us and all other living beings. You are water. If you're seated, if you've made your way to seated, maybe not, but either physically taking a slight bow or just feeling that in the mind's eye, just humbling the brain and the mind to the intelligence within that being, the waters of this planet, those molecules that so intelligently weave everything that we know of as life into being. Thank you. Much love.